God. And you're God too. I swear, man, I swear up and down that was not me that you saw. It wasn't me. That damn Earl went and bought a costume somewhere that looks like me, and he's here. I'm telling you, he's here, and that was him trying to make it look like me acting like that. The same clothes. He somehow knew what I was going to wear tonight. I don't know, man. Have to talk with that dude. Have to have a talk with him. What are we doing today? We're gonna got one more video on this Fender Strat neck with the Biflex truss rod system. That's all done and finished now. And the owner asked me to look at the frets on this guitar. He said he couldn't remember what frets it was, but there were some frets that was just funky about it. So I took a rocker and checked them all, and there's 4 frets bad on it. I wrote them down because I can't remember too good. You all know about that, right? So I wrote it down, and it's frets 4, 6, 9, and 11 I have here. The fret rocker rocked on them. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to go check them again, and I'm going to teach you how, if you only have a few frets on your guitar that's fretting out or buzzing or whatever, I'm going to show you how I do it anyways without having to level and crown and dress and polish and go through all that long routine that I hate so bad doing, because it's doing all the time, man. I'm going to show you how to do selective frets, let's put it that way. So stay tuned and come closer. Come on over, man. Get a seat, get something to drink, some of your favorite munchies, and let's do it! When you have certain frets like that on a guitar, like say in this case we've got 4, 6, 9, 11. That's 11. Anyways, you want to go along each one of those frets. Before you ever file or anything from them, always check along the binding, the ends of the fret wires, the frets. Because sometimes a fret can just pop up out of the slot, you know, and it'll act like a high fret. Say number 4 here. Let's say it was popped up out of the slot right there. And when you note it, it goes down. But when you note the one before it, and it's popped up out of the slot, it could rattle or buzz on that fret. A lot of people think it's this fret and they file the wrong one. Many times it'll be the one past or higher than the one you're actually noting on. Not the fret you're noting on. The one you're noting on is perfectly fine, man. If I can talk, I'm going to tell you all about it. But that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm looking at number 4 fret. Both sides of it. Make sure it's not popped up or moving. 5, 6, what was it? 6, yeah. Check it. And it looks good. 7, 8, 9. That is the 9th fret. And it seems to be seated good. And 10, 11. Those are just high frets. Alright, now I've already done this. Still got the wrench laying out right here. You want to also make sure your neck, whether you have strings on the guitar or not, make sure the neck is perfectly straight as you can get it. Very important, guys. Even though we're going to be working on singled out frets and not level and crown and dressing them, you still want to have a straight neck. Whether your strings on it or not, or loosen the strings and get it as straight as you can possibly get it. I'm going to use clamps here and clamp this neck down to the bench, and I'll bring you back after that. And we'll get into some detail. Hold on. Now I've got the fretboard, the neck clamped down to the bench. These are not very tight. They've got rubber jaws on them, so it's not going to hurt it. Wow, sounds like a battle outside. Fireworks City. Idiots up the street think it's the 4th of July all the time. The way I do this, no more than these frets are off. I use a crown file to take them down with. This is a StewMac crown file, diamond grit crown file, and it's got 150 grit. This part right here is 150 grit. You use that, pull it out, turn it around, stick it back in, and then you move up to 300 grit. And then we're going to go to sandpaper. Now we're only working on those 4 frets are all. I want to make sure I'm on 150, yeah. They're not off very bad, man. I'll show you here. I don't know if the camera will get this with all the noise in the background. 1, 2, 3, 4. That fret right there is high. That's the one I have wrote down. You hear that? When you get up around the 4th, 5th, and 6th strings, it's flat. See, it starts right there, right about above the 3rd string, 2nd, and 1st. So what I do is just take a crown file, and we're going to concentrate more on this area right here. You know, I'll maybe take a tiny bit off there, but I want to focus on this area down here more than anywhere else. And it don't take very long with these files. I need a paper towel, but that's alright for now, I guess. I'm going to do things a certain way. That's just almost got it right there. That little bit. That's what I say, man. If you get into this and start buying files and stuff, get diamond grit files. You won't regret it. I promise. I promise you won't regret it. Now we can go just a little bit more on the end of the fret. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like I say, we'll have to go over this with sandpaper, and then we're going to polish all of the frets so they'll all look the same. You don't want these 4 to be shiny like new frets and the rest of them dull. It's still got a tiny bit. You don't want to go too much. You know, you can't put it back if you go too much. So just go a little bit at a time. Take your time. Keep going until you're rid of the rocking. There we are. Maybe a tiny, tiny bit. About where the 2nd string lives. Or will live, rather. These files are super fast, man. Super, super, super fast. That did it. There was never any rocking up here. It was only down there. Alright, what was the next one? 4, 5, 6, I think. Let me look at my paper. Yeah. Yeah. 6 string. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the one we did. 5, 6. We're going to rock on the fret before 6 and after it. I hope the camera's getting that. That one's not very bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it's on this bottom half, just like the other one was. I don't think it's even quite the whole half of the file, or the fret. Oh, well, man. That's it. Done, baby. We're a long ways from done, but that's a start. Where's the paper at? 4, 6, 9, 7, 8, 9. Okay, right here. I noted there would be the 10th fret, 11, 12. Yeah, this fret right here. I'm gonna rock on the one before it and one after it. I think I'd still use that same side. Yeah, hear that? Right where the 1st string lives, or will live. And that's all. Maybe where the 2nd one is, 1st and 2nd strings. I hope you're hearing that. I hope you can hear it. Alright, here's what we got. This is 8. I just cut little strips out as I need them. 800 grit, 1000 grit, 1200 grit, 1500 grit, and 2000 grit. And I got all these little fretboard protectors. One of you guys sent me a pack of brand new ones. Thank you for that. This is not them. These are the old ones that I've used for 30 years, probably that long. And I've already picked out the one that fits. Well, it just barely does fit, but it does fit. And we're going to start with this 800 grit. I'm not going to put you through all this. It's very slow and boring. I cut my strips of sandpaper no wider than the fretboard protectors are. That way you don't have to worry about sliding off of the, or making contact with the fretboard itself. This fretboard has finish on it, so we won't even need to linseed it. I'm just going to go over each fret that we did, the frets we worked on. 4, 6. New place on the paper here. Yeah, you go over each fret we worked on with each grit of paper one at a time. The next time, this is 800, next time I'll go over these same frets again with 1000 grit. 6, what was the next one? 9, 7, 8, 9. Find a new place on the paper. People talks about putting a rubber band around that. Well, yeah, that works. It's good. I just never really needed to do that. I just like to hold them in place with my other hand. When it works, when that hand works, it's pretty nice. I can hear that biting in, man. It's really, I can see it. The light reflecting on there. That's 9, 10, 11. Find a new piece of paper here. Clamp is just almost in the way. I can take that off there when we polish and final polish of all the frets. But you get the idea here, I think, now. See, now I just go with the next one, which is 1000. Go over all the same frets once again. The semi-chrome will make all of the frets look the same then. They'll all have a nice crown on them. They're all flat, and you didn't have to pay for a leveling, flattening, re-radiusing, and all that jazz. We didn't take enough off of these frets to mess with the radius. 4, 5, 6. So we didn't even have to worry about that. But you get the idea, right? You can imagine doing all the frets and have to go through them, each fret, every single one, with each grit of sandpaper. You can probably only imagine how long that takes and why I'm so tired of it, man. I don't always do it on camera. I mean, I do a lot of it off camera. And I got to do that Les Paul. Yeah, I got the frets leveled on it, by the way. I haven't put the radius back in them yet, but I've been trying to work on it off camera whenever I had time. 9. So there's 12, 11, 10, 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we're good. Like I say, all the guitars I work on off camera, you know, you kind of get burned out, man, doing this right here. I do a lot of this. I do a lot of everything. I just reset the neck on a Gibson J200 guitar. Just finished that job up today, earlier today. Came out nice, man. Guitar plays like it never played before. I think the owner's really going to be happy with it. But I couldn't show it to you. Wasn't commissioned to show that one. Some people don't want their guitars, don't want people to know they own certain guitars. I guess, I don't know why they would not want me to show them on YouTube. But it happens a lot more than you might think. So there you go. We'll go with the 1200 grit now. Just do the same thing on the ones that we worked on, and then, like I say, I'll bring you back when we get ready to polish them all down with the semi-chrome. We'll run through a little bit of literature about that. So I'll see you then. Stay tuned. We're doing the frets on the air guitar here, only you can see the neck. Here comes the slop. Alright, you went through all the sandpaper grits. You got the Miracle Salve out. I haven't applied it yet. I want to check her work one more time. That was 4. Fret number 4. That was me. 5, 6. Boy, those frets look dull compared to the rest of the frets on the guitar right now. 7, 8, 9, think it's just barely. That was me. That's me. All that was me. 9, 10, and 11. Check them before we polish them. I don't even know if the camera's picking this up or not. Well, there's nothing to pick up there now. They're flat. So, I say we put a little miracle salve to work. I don't know if you can see how well you're going to be able to see. Maybe I can bring you down in a little bit closer. Like so. Might help a little bit. Hopefully that clamp there is not messing with the focus of the camera. That's what I'm trying to say, man. That's what I'm trying to get out. It won't hurt if you get this on your fretboard. This has got a finish over the fretboard. Let's go with the first 5 frets. In fact, sometimes I put it intentionally on the fretboard. I mean, you know, like so. And it cleans it good. Check that out, man. That was just the first one. I'm going to continue to use that because it's got miracle salve on it and it'll continue to do good. I'll go over this twice, maybe 2. I'm going to go ahead and do the fretboard a little bit. Well, I don't know. Not with that dirty rag or not. That dirty part of the rag. Kind of roll your finger around on the side of the fret if you can see what I'm doing there. Both when you apply it and remove it. Wow, that fret looks good. The one we worked on. Check that out, man. Let me show you something. Let me show you here. Okay? Here's a clean spot on the right. Well, relatively clean. Everything you're going to see here is, I swept the board off too. Got rid of the shavings and dust. Look at this. That's just from that one fret. And now we want to go back over them all again with a clean part of the rag and the fretboard. You get a little bit even doing that. Not nearly as much though. This will make that fretboard shine, man, too. It'll help it. Any gunk on the fretboard it gets off. Just leaves nothing but beautiful finish. And that's all we want. This is too nice of a neck to trash, man, just because of those truss rod issues it had. Okay, can you still see right here? Just barely. So I'm going to raise you up a little bit. There you go. Need more miracle salve. Boy, I use a lot of this stuff, man. I go through a lot of miracle salve. I'm going to leave these clamps on. When I get down there, you can't even see that second clamp, but I'm just going to polish around it, and then I'll come back and take it off and get those frets. It's covering up 2 frets, maybe 3. In fact, I might have enough salve here to get right down to the 12th fret. Yeah, we do have, for sure. So we do it! Here's what the headstock truss rod repair came out. I might drop a little more glue in that yet. I don't know, but check that fretboard out. Wow, look what it shined, man, on those frets and the fretboard. Not just the frets, but the fretboard as well. Holy cow. That really looks nice. And now, all the frets look the same again, except they look brand new instead of... see what I mean? That's just too nice of a neck to throw away. Anyways, that's the way to go about it. If you have, you know, just a few frets that need worked on, and you know, you don't want to level them and crown them and dress them and go through the re-radiusing and all that crap, you can do individual frets. Single them out and do the ones that need it. So I hope this helps some of you that have a fret buzz. Any other kind of buzz is okay. Fret buzz, we do not put up with here at the house that never sleeps. Cheers. Thanks for watching. no rocking anywhere. See how my fucking hands wants to draw up, man. Sometimes it's one hand, sometimes the other, sometimes it's both.